Now we're live. That was definitely on there.
Oh shit.
I'll text Ali, make sure he's still coming.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, there he is.
Speak of the devil.
Hello.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, Ali.
Hey, Suzi.
Hey.
Welcome to the first ever My Own Private Kokomo Fantasy Herald Team Draft.
Hell yeah.
Very exciting. This is the very first one.
Of many.
Yeah.
Of many.
I love I looked at the description for your channel on YouTube. the longest running YouTube show, most beloved or something like that.
Yeah, it's true.
It's great.
It's all true. YouTube's been around for a few weeks, right?
Yeah, Brandon.
Yeah. No, it's a 2020 thing.
Well, thanks guys for being here. I guess, we talked about doing this, sent you guys an email Monday, and then yesterday UCB announced that it's pretty much closing all New York operations. So I don't know if this is in good taste or not, but but that's pretty crazy, huh?
Yeah. It's not a happy time.
No.
No. Yeah, I hope they can pull through. I hope I think it's smart to, in some ways, survive and save whatever money they can in the hopes that they can spring back when this is done,
I think it might not hurt to get back to their roots a little bit, right?
Right.
Might be give chance to be a little more like innovative and experimental and try new things. I think it could lead to a better, stronger theater in the long run.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the timing of it just couldn't be crazier. It's just like hard times upon hard times.
Yeah.
It's like same thing that's happening to a lot of businesses where it's just if you were already struggling a little bit, like this hits you super hard.
Yeah.
So they're still going to teach classes. They're still going to have shows, but it's at that kind of like co-op theater, and they're going to teach classes kind of around town.
Yeah.
The way UCB LA taught classes in the beginning, right?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. That's how it was when we all started here, right? Like, where they would rent out a space at a time for each class. Yeah.
Did all three of you get to perform at Chelsea, Hell's Kitchen, and The Beast? And then I know they had another theater, but I wasn't around for that. But did you guys all perform for all three, or a possible?
No, I never saw the Hell's Kitchen space, but Chelsea and The Beast I performed at a bunch.
Yeah, I did all three.
Okay.
Yeah, I got to do Hell's Kitchen, that very last DCM that they had there.
Yeah, same.
What was that theater like?
It's cool. It's big. It's like with a very packed house. I think it's cool, but also it was one show, so I have nothing to compare it to. I think there's that weird thing where like the bigger a theater gets, the less intimate it gets, and sort of like the harder you have to work to create that same intimacy or connection with the audience. So
sure. Yeah, I loved it. The show I got to do there I thought was really, really fun, but I could see if it's like only half full, like that empty half probably just feels like extra. So yeah, I know people had their complaints about it, but I had fun. I liked it.
Yeah.
If so let's say LA, not to have to talk about this a ton, I know we gotta get to the draft. Let's say LA.
I wanted to jump right into the draft, by the way. Dave mentioned that we would discuss the
I felt like we should. It felt like this
on Twitter.
Discussed. It felt like this had to be at least aired out a little bit. But it's crazy, like with the closing of IO West, and then UCB New York to a degree, and then every theater in the world is struggling at the moment. But I feel like every improv theater that I've been a part of, and maybe you guys can all say the same thing. I said this to Ryan, like every improv theater I've been a part of has gone through huge struggles, almost closed or did close. Like that is like the name of it. That's like a signature thing of improv theater.
Sort of like part of the journey is like reaching that point.
Yeah. I mean, improv space, your old stomping ground, done.
Yeah, formerly Ultimate Improv, then Improv Space is also now finished.
Crash Bar.
Crash bar.
Yeah, room 101.
Even with all the corporate backers that Crash Bar and Room 101 had.
The former giant Crash Bar, the Crash Bar empire came crumbling down.
Mm-hmm.
When they got
oddly enough, every time I go by Public House, that space of where Crash Bar moved to, they're still going strong. Whatever that improv theater is.
Yeah, whatever weird world that is.
Yeah. Who are those people?
I don't know, but hey, they are all eligible to be selected for this.
That's what I was hoping you'd say.
Right?
Well, Dave and I were just talking before we got on here. Now, I think Dave and I had sort of different interpretations of this. In my mind, it was any improviser who's ever been affiliated with an improv theater is eligible to be selected here, and that includes all sorts of A-list celebrities. And I did this more for Dave because I thought if we were really picking like amongst our friends and stuff like that, that it would give Dave a panic attack. And so, but now all of a sudden Dave comes in here and is like, okay, so if I want to draft Eugene and I don't want to draft you, Ryan, or Betsy. So Dave, what is it you want to do? Just out of curiosity.
Okay, so I just want to make sure we're all clear on the ground rules here. So anyone that's ever been in an improv theater or associated with one, this could be A-list celebrities, meaning we can pick Tina Fey. You don't have to have seen them perform. Is that my understanding?
Sure. Yeah.
Improv setting. If one of them has been picked, like if I picked Tina Fey, then that means Ali cannot pick Tina Fey.
Once they're on a team, they are on that team.
What kind of draft rules are those?
These are clone teams, dude.
All right, I didn't know. I wasn't sure.
Well, I thought this was supposed to be a draft. Can't they be on every team?
I thought we were going to come up with 4 identical squads.
All right. Okay.
No, it's good. It's good though. So when you say associated with an improv theater, now here we go. Are we thinking you must have been a performer? They maybe took classes at the theater at some point, like a regular. I got some edge picks that I want to see on.
Sure. There's a couple. I would say they would have to have been on the performer page, if that makes sense. Like considered to have been on like a performer at the theater.
They couldn't just be like a guest that rolled through one day.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Cool. But I will say like if that person was maybe primarily a sketch performer, but it's assumed that they had to have taken improv classes to get on that team to be on the performer page. I think that counts.
Interesting. Okay.
I have 2 questions.
Okay.
How big are the teams?
Typical Herald 8-person teams.
Okay. No alternates.
No
bench players. All right.
Like an injured reserve list.
Yeah. And then do they all have to be alive currently?
Yes, okay. They all have to be alive. And the goal is we want to create teams that, one, could sell out the biggest venues in the world. Like they could really pack a house. Like all 4 teams are performing at the same time. Who is drawing the biggest audience? Whose tickets are selling out first? But equal criteria, they have to. The team has to get good reviews by fickle improv nerds. So they got to really be able to do a great Herald. So we're definitely looking for good team chemistry and legit improv chops.
Right.
Do we have to give this team a name by the end?
Yes, a starter name. They get to pick their own. It's got to be.
And then, does it have to be an anagram?
Yeah, the classic UCB anagram for sure. So think of your hard, fast, and anagrams. All right, but first we have to determine a draft order. By the way, so this will be a snake draft. So that means that if you pick 4th in the first round, you'll be picking 1st in the second round, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so with that in mind, here is the first pick of the draft belongs to Suzi.
All right.
Picking second will be me, Ryan. And then third will be Ali. And Dave, you'll be picking fourth, but then you'll get that snake pick, so you'll be picking first in the second round. I say let's try to keep the picks between 20 to 45 seconds, just to sort of keep things moving. And you guys, any questions, any thoughts?
Oh.
I'm nervous.
Yeah, me too.
Nervous? It's going to be interesting.
I'm also interested to know if people like, because I definitely had a certain mentality going into this that may or may not help me along this this journey. I'm interested to know if the three of you also had some sort of like process or mindset going into this.
Some strategies will definitely
I have a big
emerge.
board typed out.
Oh wow!
I have a big
I just
board typed out.
copy pasted the cast list of Hey Uncle Gary, and I'm going in order. Anyone remember that team?
Yeah. Like they were the team. They I think got broken up right as I moved here, but I heard I couldn't escape the name. Like everyone was always talking about Hey Uncle Gary.
Yeah.
There was a sign at Johnny's garage, Johnny Meek's garage, when I had a practice group there, and it would say, hey, it was like Hey Uncle Gary versus
Gay Uncle Harry.
Was that it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm personally just trying to get Scandal back together from this. So.
All right, Susie, you are on the clock.
Bill Murray.
Ha! Yeah.
Good pick. Number one on my big board.
Also my number one. Yeah.
Yep. My second pick will be Will Ferrell.
Nice.
And that thing is shot to hell.
Yeah.
All right, Ali, you are on the.
My Ghostbusters strategy is already ruined. I'm gonna go Stephen Colbert.
That's good.
That is good. Now, Toonie, you are on the clock. You have two picks back to back.
Okay. I'm going to this first pick. I am submitting to the celebrity format. I pick. Can you see it?
Oh, you're handing in your card? The person has to be alive, Dave.
Oh, shit.
To be alive.
Nobody told him. Oh my God, Dave, we have some bad news.
All right. I'm going with my original strategy then.
Here comes John Belushi.
The card. Yeah.
I'm going with my original strategy.
Come on, John Belushi.
Gilda Radner.
Charlie Chaplin.
All right. I'm going with my original strategy. I don't care. This is my first pick.
Okay. So
all right.
Of Improv Olympic and Second City?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yep.
Dave appealing to the improv nerds for sure.
And also, whatever. This will become apparent as we do this. All right. Am I up again?
Yep.
Okay. Second pick. My penmanship is awful. I apologize.
Nice.
Jimmy Woods.
Yeah.
Jim Woods.
Improv Olympic, Comedy Sports, Boom, UCB. Was he Playground or Annoyance, Susie?
He might have done shows at the Playground. I don't think he was Annoyance, but I'm not sure. Yeah. Okay. He's on my top list.
Dave, I thought for sure with the 4 and 5 that you would go TJ and Dave to like lock in the two.
I mean, chemistry is a thing, for sure.
Yeah.
Although them with 6 others.
I had TJ as a teacher when I did an Improv Olympic in Chicago, but he was only there for like half the classes. But like that, and then having seen him a few times.
He's the best. Yeah.
Yep.
I had him for 2 levels. I was very lucky. But also back then there were only like 6 teachers. It's like you just kept getting the same people,
Yeah. All right.
So interesting about Dave's strategy is it's making me feel guilty because I'm all in on celebrity, like big name movie star.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm also I can't go with my feelings on this. I gotta go just like follow the money straight. You know,
Absolutely.
just who can do numbers.
Yeah.
Uh,
This is to save UCB New York, by the way.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm confident.
One show.
Yeah.
Is that me now?
Yep, Ali, you are on the clock.
I'm gonna go Steve Carell.
Strong pick.
Very strong pick.
See, I'm trying to balance these early picks with celebs who also definitely can hold together the show. You know,
For sure. I am going to inject some Oscar gold into.
No, you're gonna take my pick.
Uh-oh.
I will take Jordan Peele.
Damn you.
Solid.
All right, and do I get 2 in a row now?
This might have
Great.
fallen very nicely into Suzi's lap.
I'll take Keegan.
Damn, swipe them from me.
And my second will be Amy Poehler.
Nice.
This is good.
Keeping I was definitely going to try to get that Key and Peele chemistry going on the stage, keeping me from it. I love it.
You had that 4 and 5 pick, you know.
I know. I wanted the snake pick so bad. All right, Suzi took Amy Poehler. Well, I mean, you'd think maybe we'd almost want to do a swap. I will take Tina Fey.
There we go.
To sort of counter that.
Mm-hmm.
Did you pick her because I used her as an example earlier on in the show? Is that?
I'd never heard of her until then.
Yeah. Fair enough.
All right, Ali, you are on the clock. Yeah, that's our turn.
Folks, Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Good pick. That's a great pick.
I thought I kind of gambled. I thought like maybe I can keep her out there for a little bit because folks might not immediately make the connection, you know. But then if she left too early, that would be a damn shame.
She's phenomenal.
Yeah.
I've got a couple of people in my back pocket. I'm hoping you guys don't steal.
Chris Farley (parentheses) alive.
Yeah.
Chris Farley reanimated.
Yeah, Dave. That's part of the rules. You can do that.
Who's
Hi,
up?
Dave.
Me?
Yep, you back to back.
Okay. I'm sticking with my strategy because I did not think about this well like you guys did earlier. So I'm staying with what I've got. My third pick, you know her. You love her.
Lucille Ball. Whoa, hell yeah.
Suzi.
Yeah.
Whoa, you guys.
Of IO.
This is big.
B, Boom Chicago. Was there a fourth?
Yeah, my own private Kokomo.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
This is part of our
Suzi, be careful. I think he's just buttering you up for a trade later.
Yeah, what in the world?
Is on my list.
Dave's strategy here is peak Dave Tooney. All right, Dave,
Won't you be bummed when you two do not get drafted?
Oh, that's coming for sure.
Okay. My next pick, as I write it down. Hey, Suzi, did you do? I forget. You didn't do Comedy Sports or Playground or Annoyance, did you?
I did Playground. I didn't do Comedy Sports. And I didn't do Annoyance, but I saw a lot of shows there. I would count them as a big influence.
Yeah.
I know I'm friends with all those guys.
Yeah. Great place. All right. This is my next one. This person makes me laugh as much as anyone I watch.
Owen
Yeah.
Burr.
Oh,
Very
Okay.
solid. Very solid.
Very nice.
Yeah. UCB. That's it? Or do you do Pitt or?
he might have done, was he part of those Chicago City Limits guys in New York? A lot of
Okay.
those like early UCB guys did that before UCB, but I'm not sure.
You're right. He might have done that. He makes me laugh a ton every time I see him.
He's very funny.
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff. Interesting.
Right.
Some real strategy starting to interesting team dynamics already showing up.
Mm-hmm.
Who are we at right now?
Ali, you are on the clock.
Perfect. So I got Colbert, I got Carell, I got Julia Louis-Dreyfus. Let's do Wayne Brady.
Damn.
Wayne Brady.
He's on my
Interesting.
short list.
Wow, interesting.
I'm picking him. I think Ryan, you've got it in your head a little bit of like the nerds that are watching a little bit, right? Is that kind of the interesting? Because I think this is somebody who can definitely like. I mean, it's an old school person who already knows how to make a ton of money off improv. Gotta go with that.
He's got the middle America draw.
Absolutely.
He's mainstream,
Yes.
and he can nail short form. So if you want to do glitzier stuff in your show, or like have people break into song or whatever, like he's
he can
anchor all
he's
that.
versatile for sure. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I wanting to look for some more connections, people maybe that folks that people might have some working experience with, and I believe this person worked with Tina Fey on 30 Rock. I am going to go Donald Glover.
That's great.
Yeah. Solid.
Is that me for two?
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking Seth Meyers.
Yep.
And that gets him and Amy Poehler on stage together.
Ooh,
I've seen
nasty.
them.
Ooh, that's nasty. Ooh.
Good box office draw, the Weekend Update reunion, but also I've seen them improvise together, and they're phenomenal. They're so good together.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
My next pick is Maya Rudolph.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, and her with Amy Poehler too. Oof.
Yes. Get that little generational there.
Yeah, damn. This is Suzi's team's looking real good.
Sorry,
Good.
guys. I'm gonna start working on that anagram.
All right, based on what I got, I want to mix it up a little bit. I think I kind of want to go a little old school. I think somebody that people would go nuts to see. I'm gonna go Catherine O'Hara.
Yes.
Oh,
Damn. Swiped her.
Her and Will Ferrell could have put together some really great scenes. A lot of good stuff.
yeah.
Although I am worried about third beats and group games with this team.
Name your team so far.
Yeah.
Everyone here, I'll share my screen real quick. We can do a quick little recap.
Man.
Let's see here. I'll share screen. Let's see. Here we go. So as you can see here, we've got starting off. Suzi took Bill Murray in the first round with the first overall pick. I did Will Ferrell. Ali did Stephen Colbert. Dave did TJ Jagodowski and Jim Woods back to back, followed by Steve Carell to Ali. I took Jordan Peele. Suzi followed up with Keegan-Michael Key and Amy Poehler. I did Tina Fey. Ali with Julia Louis-Dreyfus. That was a good sneaky pick. Dave took Suzi Barrett. Then Owen Burke. Ali went with Wayne Brady, a name almost synonymous with improv. So it was a great pick. I went with Donald Glover. Suzi took Seth Meyers to pair with Amy Poehler, and then Maya Rudolph. I took Catherine O'Hara, and now Ali is on the clock.
I will say this, Ryan, with Jordan on your team, you don't have to worry about group games or anything. Jordan will anchor all.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I've only seen Jordan improvise a couple times, and never a herald, obviously. But yeah.
No, he can do anything. I mean, we would do weird stuff at Boom once in a while just because we missed long form, and I've seen him like nail backwards heralds, and he's just
hell yeah. I love it.
Phenomenal.
All right, I'm gonna keep going on I'm gonna lean into the sheer numbers of it all. Who can get butts and seats? Who's going to sell tickets? Folks, big following for Team Coco. I'm going Conan O'Brien.
Yeah.
Ooh. Well, now hold on. What improv theater? I looked into Conan.
Stint with the Groundlings was what I found.
Interesting. Okay.
But if you want to dispute, I'm down. I think we can get into it. I get ready because I have some picks that are probably worse on the edge than that. So.
Oh, interesting. Dave, you are on the clock. I think your picks are the one I anticipate the most.
All right. There's some big names that I'm wondering if we're going to get picked here from, well, probably not me. All right. This might be a bit of a dark horse. This person also makes me laugh as much as anybody.
Mike Hanford. All right.
Very funny.
Super funny.
Of UCB. And I think that's it.
I was gonna post all these teams onto like our Instagram and maybe have people vote to see, which one they would want to see the most and all of that. But I don't know, maybe not. All right, Dave, you are
back up.
Yep, you're kicking off round 6.
Okay. Okay, here we go. This is where it starts to hit a little closer to home. It's all been hitting very close to home for me up to this point. This is very stressful for me coming into this.
It has to be.
I honestly did not think about the celebrity aspect in the way that you guys thought about it. This is my next pick for my team of UCB and also somewhere in Sacramento.
Yes.
Let's see.
Fantastic.
Betsy's on my list. Yeah.
She is on mine as well.
Matched.
Ali, you are on the clock.
Too late to turn back now. I'm going Melissa McCarthy.
Good
Nice.
Good pick.
Good pick.
Solid.
Oh, what does that leave me with, man?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Scraps.
That's the end of all the talent.
He got the last talented person.
I am gonna go with. Kind of want to inject a little youth, but maybe not just quite yet. There's a couple people I'm afraid won't be around, and I want to add somebody who I think could be a fun little wild card. I'm going to go with Paul Rubens.
Yeah.
He's on my list.
These are great picks. It's a great pick.
All right, Susie, you are up.
All right. I'm taking Beck Drysdale.
Nice.
Solid.
And I'm taking
Nice.
Heather Campbell.
Nice.
Whoa, there it is.
Brutal.
Susie, where did Becky, besides UCB, where did Becky do improv?
She started at IO in Chicago, and she also worked for Second City for years. And she also did Boom. She did a year at Boom. But yeah, she started originally she started in college in their college troupe with Jordan Peele. And then they quit school together and moved to Chicago together to study at IO and Second City.
And then Heather did Boom.
Heather started at IO in Chicago when she was 14 or something.
Yeah. And
then moved out to LA and she did the Meow Show at Northwestern, which is a famous, whatever. And then did Ultimate Improv with JD Walsh in LA, and then did Boom for 3 years, and then UCB, and
Man.
Yeah, and Whose Line Is It Anyway? And you know, she and wrote for SNL, and But I like having Beck and Heather on there. They do a 2-person show, Becky Drysdale, good chemistry.
Yeah.
And I like having two people with a recent toe in the Herald world,
Smart.
to be
Smart.
drivers, form drivers. Yeah.
I think you definitely need that. I'm going to take Lisa Kudrow.
Oh, good pick.
Good pick. You're good picks. Where did Lisa Kudrow? Was she Groundlings?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Solid.
All right,
I'm
Ollie,
lost,
you are
I'm lost
on
in the
clock.
order as me. Okay. Mike Myers.
Wow.
Whoa.
Risky
Myers,
pick.
interesting wild card pick for sure.
Very-
Team chemistry.
Risky.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about the ingredients of this team right now, but
Yeah,
I feel
I'm looking
like
at mine too. I'm like, ooh, I need one more glue. I need a glue person, but I need to get somebody with, I think, some recent Herald experience.
What's
Not give
Mike
away
Myers?
too much.
Are you saying he's like too dominant or something, or?
He's notoriously difficult to work with.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hadn't heard that before this draft.
And he is
Really?
a little mentally unstable from what I hear. Like it's, we can see it with compassion. He's not just like a jerk. He like has episodes and yeah.
Oh,
Risky pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does he try to put Shrek into every?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got a character agenda.
Yeah, that's his thing. I mean, in a sense, he's always trying to shoehorn a Scottish accent into stuff. So in a way, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. I'm banking on him just doing Fat Bastard for every single group game. I think we'll be fine.
All right, Dave. This is the last pick of the 7th round, and then you are kicking off the 8th and final round.
Okay, here are my back-to-backs. I'm looking for a little more chemistry and another funny person. This person makes it into my list. UCB, also Sacktown.
Oh yeah.
Charlene.
Hell yeah.
Tony and Betsy, dynamic duo.
Good chemistry. Yeah.
And then my last pick of this is going to be UCB related.
No way.
Who I saw early on. What's that?
Said no way.
Can you believe it? People I saw early on, I thought was so funny. I don't know if he's performed anywhere else. Maybe you guys can tell me.
Jimmy from the light board.
Hey, good luck performing in the dark, everybody. My team.
Oh,
Go
great
Warriors.
pick. Yeah.
Great pick. That is a good pick.
Absolutely.
It's my group.
All right.
It's my group.
Ali, your last pick.
This is it's like I want to try to fix the problem I have. I also want to just lean into it,
I don't think you have a problem per se.
It's a good team. It's a strong team, but I am just worried. I mean, I just gotta go straight with it. Here's the ultimate pick to concrete the whole thing. Vince Vaughn.
Yes.
I mean,
Now, did he ever do Playground and Annoyance, or was he just?
he was IO.
He was
IO, also Swingers.
Did you ever see his WTF interview?
No.
It's really good. I like him. I liked him before, but I really liked him afterward.
Hell yeah.
He really handled Mark Maron really well in a really funny way, I thought.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I'll listen. Yeah, that locks it in. My team is complete box office blowout. That's it. That's what I got.
Tempted to do the same. I want somebody though, I think that's got a toe in the Herald game, at least somewhat recently. I'm going to go Jason Mantzoukas.
Good pick.
That's the direction. That's the fork in the road there.
Oh yeah,
really?
Yeah. I absolutely was like, do I go a Mantzoukas or do I just pick Vincey?
noted Republican and Trump supporter Vince Vaughn also.
Really?
Shit.
Yeah.
All right. They're not allowed to talk before or after shows.
Yeah.
Crazy, because my next pick was Bill Belichick. So we have something in common.
These teams do need coaches, so maybe keep Belichick on
We
the-
do need coaches.
All right, so Suzi, it's up to you. This is a Mr. or Mrs. Irrelevant, the last pick in the draft.
So let me explain my logic here. I was down to 2 people who I equally wanted, and I went through my cast list and color coded like who plays big characters versus who leans straight man. Like Seth is a brilliant straight man, Becky leans straight man, Amy does both. But Bill Murray, Keegan, Maya, and Heather are all like bananas characters. So I'm like, okay, I need straight man more than character. I would have picked McBrayer had I needed more, Jack McBrayer had I needed more big characters. I need more straight men, Ben Schwartz.
Ah,
Yeah.
nice.
Okay.
There we
Nice.
go. That'll bring people.
All right. That
My friend from Wisconsin
concludes-
was just telling me how he was watching he and Middleditch's. They have a Netflix thing.
It's really good. It's the
Okay.
only time I've seen improv, like long form, translate to TV.
Cool.
Oh, they pulled it off. Wow.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. I'm going to share the final results. So we
I have a question for you guys as Ryan's doing this. Were these names said, or and I just missed it? Did anyone draft either Colin Mockery or Ryan Stiles?
No.
Left
Yeah.
on the table.
Did anyone draft Phil Hartman?
No,
he's dead.
he's
Oh, he's
dead.
Dead as well.
What the
he would
heck?
have been a high. He would have been a high pick for me if he were alive. I'll say that.
Okay.
much.
Yeah.
All right, my
I'll
bad.
tell you this, had we been allowed to pick dead people, I was going to pick Mike Nichols and Elaine May.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
yeah.
Very nice.
Good ones.
All right, so I think we did a little recap earlier. I don't know if we need to recap the whole thing again. But I think starting in the 5th round, Suzi took Maya Rudolph. I did Catherine O'Hara. Ali went with Conan O'Brien, who he swears has improv training and performed at the Groundlings.
I'll find it. I'll find it
I
for you.
believe it.
I believe it too. Dave took Mike Hanford and Betsy Sodaro. Ali followed that up with Melissa McCarthy. I took Paul Pee Wee Herman Rubens. Suzi then went Beck Drysdale and Heather Campbell. I went Lisa Kudrow. Ali took Mike Myers. Dave went Tony Charlene and Joe Wangert. Ali then followed that up with Vince Vaughn. So 2 of the more kind of controversial sort of players.
Who you want to see though? You want to see a little
Jacob
controversy?
And Suzi finished us off with Ben Schwartz. I'll say, because of those last 2 picks, I'm kind of most intrigued to watch Ali's team. Like that's the one I kind of want to see the most.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's
we're talking giant stadiums, right? So you gotta spread a wider net than the folks who normally go to improv shows.
But
Yeah,
what
you
do
can
we
put-
think about the chemistry on your team? And what do we think about them doing heralds?
I'm worried.
Okay.
I think there's enough. So my first 2 picks, like Colbert and Steve Carell,
Yeah.
I think there's enough groundedness in there and enough sort of like court vision to sort of see what the show would be needing that they might be able to, get less of their shine, sort of like keep the beats on track. I'm hoping that could be the case.
Carell and Colbert, seem like great glue players, and Julie
Louis-Dreyfus,
Yeah.
totally.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Wayne Brady's got also the experience. I think all 4 of those great stage sharers. Conan, the same boat. Melissa McCarthy, get big characters and everything. There's definitely a good dynamic there. It's Mike Myers and Vince Vaughn, who like they might be amazing. Like Mike Myers is incredible and super talented, and he could destroy. And then I think Vince Vaughn can also just drive.
What I'm missing is that that split to where I could have gone with somebody more modern, because I think Suzi, like you said, like somebody who has their toe in the pool right now currently. I would love that, because I could see the potential of all these people getting on stage going like, we got this, and then the second it kind of like starts getting a little iffy, the sort of like oh God, I'm so rusty. How does this work? Kind of setting in. And I would love to
Right.
have somebody on the team who is also like, no, we'll get through this. This is fine. Here, let's fix that. Let's fix that. Let's get things back on track.
Right.
And
Like
currently,
how coachable are they? And they
Sure,
look
yeah.
like, if I was a coach, I'd be biting my bottom lip at that roster. Just like, okay,
Yeah.
yeah,
put on
I
our
get work.
suspenders and
There's personalities we're going to have to juggle, but that's okay.
right.
Yeah. So,
having Vince Vaughn hand you $60 for coaching.
yeah. So the coaches have to be people who have coached UCB teams within the last 5 years. So who are you hiring to coach your team?
I'm gonna
Oh,
coach mine.
God.
You're going to coach yours?
I'm gonna coach mine. Am I allowed to?
Yeah, I was going to ask you to coach mine.
I'll do that.
So you're going to be coaching mine, coaching yours, and performing on Dave's.
Yeah.
You got.
Hey man, my schedule is empty right now. This sounds great.
Dave, who are you getting to coach your team? Please say like Bill Hader or a superstar.
I want to say about Ali's team. He reminds me of the current ESPN documentary, The Last Dance, about the 97-98 Bulls. Except all your glue people are gone, and you just have more Dennis Rodmans and it's
Yep.
like all Jordan Rodmans.
Bad as I want to be, baby.
Yeah. My coach is going to be a one Johnny Meeks.
Oh, great.
Great
Nice.
coach.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Lee, who's coaching your?
I'm gonna say Dan Lippert,
Nice.
Great.
but I get to watch all of it.
Yeah. All right. So, which team do we think? We'll pull ourselves and everyone who's watching. Which team do you guys think would sell the most tickets? What do you think? Like, I think Bill Murray improvising is going to draw a big crowd.
Right.
Yeah.
And then Amy Poehler and Keegan and Seth Meyers.
Maya.
With Maya Rudolph, like that might be enough.
There's a lot of draw, and it also appeals to the improv subculture. It's like, I think Ali's might be good for like one ticket. Like people go out of curiosity because they want to see Vince Vaughn improvise. But I think mine gets the nerdy line every week, and people come back week after week. I think.
I agree. I think the shows would be amazing. Like the improv would be really solid. Good heralds. 4-quadrant appeal. I think you got the winner here, Suze.
Thanks, man.
Who has Will Ferrell?
I do.
You got any other like big draws on there as well?
I mean, yeah, I've got Will Ferrell, Jordan Peele, Tina Fey, Donald Glover.
Yeah.
Then Catherine O'Hara, Paul Rubens, Lisa Kudrow would bring him in, and then Mantzoukas.
I mean, that's a great team.
Yeah.
Sell a lot of seats. I think we'd probably be number 2 in tickets sold. The Herald, I think we'd have pretty good heralds. We'd have
I don't think mine sells as many tickets maybe at the top, but it's cohesion and talent. I think rumblings and underground talk and chatter starts to build, and soon tickets go up. And
I think you got a case to be. I think you've got a serious case to make for the team that do the best heralds. Absolutely.
We last the most cuts. We make it through cuts. We get to a weekend slot.
I believe that.
They'd definitely be an AD favorite for sure.
Name your roster, Toonie.
Go ahead.
We got Joe Wengert.
Uh-huh.
We got Tony Charlene.
Uh-huh.
We got Betsy Sidaro.
Yep.
We got Jimmy Woods. We got TJ Jagodowski.
Oh, I forgot he's on here.
We've got Owen Burke. We got old Mike Hanford, Mikey Hanford, and we got a one Suzi Barrett.
A one.
You got
the one.
Only
That's
one.
a fun team. I would love
It
to
is
do
really
heralds
fun.
with that team.
That's a
Yeah.
solid team.
That'd be great.
Cool.
All right, guys.
Cool.
Well, real quick, let's see. What did people say in the chat? Everyone's just asking about tickets and doing bits. So,
Hey, did anyone have Greg Proops on their short list?
Nah.
I didn't have Proops, no.
Some names that didn't get picked. I almost took Alan Arkin. I thought would be
Oh,
kind of
wow.
like an original Second City person. Kristen Wiig, Amy Sedaris.
She was on my list, yep. Oh,
Yeah.
Sedaris is a great one.
Yeah.
Hey, a question for who should be a coach? Should maybe Jon Favreau have been considered as a coach / director?
Maybe.
That's
From a Vince Vaughn team? Hell yeah.
That would be great. He could probably help manage Vince Vaughn.
His
Has he
wrangler.
coached an improv team in the last 5 years, though?
Oh, good call.
Good question.
Has he?
I'll have to check.
I mean, he's directing Robert Downey Jr. I'm sure there's a lot of improv going on there.
Do you want to hear some of my borderline picks that you definitely wouldn't have let me get away with?
Yeah.
Yeah, please.
J.J. Abrams.
Somebody saw the
he
same
only-
Wikipedia page I did.
He took there's like a story, there's a funny story where he talks about so he took Second City classes and then like guested in a few like regular Thursday shows.
Yeah.
But then he told a story where he was so bad and it haunted him for the rest of his life, and he would like just be randomly driving and then thinking about this one scene where he was doing some something like that, and then eventually made peace with it, and then at some point met Will Ferrell and was like, oh my God, Will Ferrell. And Will Ferrell was like, no, I know you did that scene, and like reminded him of the awful scene. So he was like, it was that bad. It was that memorable.
I wish you would have
That's
gotten.
hilarious.
I wish you would have taken him, and then his agent calls and says, "Hey, so you were selected to be on this Herald team, this improv Herald team. You got to do it." Against his will, having to do the thing he dreads the most.
And then Jimmy Fallon was like somewhere in the mix there. I think he was Sunday Company at Groundlings. But then the best one would have been Tyra Banks.
Oh, whoa. What improv did she do?
She just studied at Groundlings. That
Okay.
was it. It was like probably like a class. Yeah.
I taught Heather Graham in a 401 once.
Oh yeah. She
Yeah.
used to come
Yeah.
to Herald Night and like do the notebook thing and take notes and stuff.
She was
during
awesome.
Yeah, I
Herald.
remember that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was cool.
Alyssa Milano did that too. Am I wrong in saying that?
No, you're right. Yep. And,
And then-
go ahead.
Didn't Kanye do some like one-on-one classes? Isn't that the rumor?
Oh, I don't know.
I heard he like did like a one-on-one class with Besser.
Wow. Oh God, I would love to be a fly on that wall.
Man, that would have been amazing.
Ooh.
Wild.
No, you guys didn't hear that? Maybe
No.
maybe somebody was messing with me, but
It sounds
that
familiar.
was good. Yeah.
Some that I didn't pick, Zach Woods,
Yeah.
Jack McBrayer, Rachel Dratch, Fred Armisen, Kristen Wiig, Bill Hader,
Yep.
Elaine May, and then some like current players, Allie Beardsley, Drew Tarver, Lauren
Yeah.
Lapkus,
Mhm.
Middleditch.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I had Nicole Byer almost took.
Oh, yeah.
Jane Lynch.
Yeah.
Jane
Jane
Lynch. Great.
Jane
That
Lynch.
would have been a fun one.
Had Andy Daly in there.
You
Oh,
had
yeah.
Andy Dick?
Andy Daly.
Oh, I was like, isn't he
Andy
already
Dick.
banned from this fictitious endeavor?
I mean, Andy Dick's like in his day was like a revered improviser, right? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know.
I don't know if he was ever revered. I think he was, but granted, I never saw him perform. But the
Mhm.
trickle down that I got was like, yeah, he was like a hit or miss. He had funny shows and he was always like a personality. But he was so off the rails, like after shows, that's what clouded
Yeah.
everything.
Wasn't worth it. Yeah.
I also want to say our old buddy Drew DeFonso Marks almost made it in there too.
Oh,
Ah,
Yeah.
I'm sure it's crushing him that he didn't.
So,
now he has to go drive Tony to all those shows and
Yeah.
just like watch her with a tear in his eye.
yeah.
Awesome. Suzi, Ali, thank you so much for doing this. This was a ton
Yeah.
of fun.
Thanks
That was
for
so
having
fun.
us.
Thanks for having us. Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely. We will next year. We'll do it again.
great.
We'll check the progress of our team, see how they did,
Sweet.
and might have to make some cuts.
All right.
Sounds good.
All right, guys.
Thanks,
Thanks.
We will be back on Friday. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.